stay here too long because he will withdraw. So it's either hit it and return and be on the move. Your legs are the most important thing. There's a fucking bin there, park bench. You're moving on. It's so much more difficult now to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? If there's something here, his whole task, I mean, just for an example, if I put even a minor obstacle in the way, like this, he's going to try and stab me. Minor obstacle, fucking bin, yeah? Boom. Boom. He has to constantly recalculate. And that's not even a proper obstacle, is it? That's a fucking stool I just put in. You know, proper dirty bin in the park, bench, whatever, car, stuff, whatever. That makes kids and a child. It makes it so much more difficult. So now I've deployed a defensive object, environmental awareness, but don't forget, your feet make you safer than anything. Whether you're boxing, fencing, street fighting, whatever the fuck you're doing, if your feet can move out the way of the threat, if you can move athletically in and out and around, everything gets better. Yeah? No matter what you do, athletic footwork matters. Even if you do fuck all with your hands, if you like, don't stab me, you can move your legs, you'll live. So it's just something to think about. So, with this, meet the weapon, add some proper tension, bring it back. If you see an opportunity to hit, take it, but bear in mind it will take a lot of hits, or could take a lot of hits to do it. I'm an overweight boxer, I've boxed all my life. Takes me a good few rounds to knock out most people, if I don't knock them out at all. You know? People get hit by cars every day, get up and walk. Unless you can hit harder than a car every time, you can't assume that every one of your hits is going to bang. Yeah? So you might take a cheeky shot, but you're just buying yourself a bit of damage a bit of time. Eventually you will have to probably find a grappling solution to this problem, more often than not. You'll have to get two arms on that blade arm and do something. Okay? But with these drills, objects matter, tension matters, footwork matters, focus matters. You know, if I was to ask you to do this again with nothing in your hands, you'd all get stabbed and slashed to fuck, wouldn't you? So just that small, I know how to use a small thing, a coat, a bag, something. The survivability goes up extra 7%, 8%, 9%. It's not dramatic, it's not going to save you, it's not a Kevlar vet, it's not going to do amazing things. But being 10% more likely to be alive is a good enough percentage. But you've got to drill it. You know, you can't just do like 1, 2, you've got to be like, get random family members. Mark and pen me up as angrily as you can. Test, you know, you've got to test, you've got to do this stuff, you've got to make it alive. But I personally find that all defensive objects, this works. Now the point I want to land is about improvised weapons. It goes like this. So, you. You. Two fighty people. In fact, no, you two, actually, you fucking right here, but I'll you two will end up by simulating murder each other. I'm going to move this stool. Right. Difference between a defensive object and an improvised weapon. Right. Rosie has her tactical pen. Rosie has her padlock in a sock. Rosie has a sharpened pencil. Rosie has a house brick. She has a piece of 2x4. Whatever the fuck. Yeah? She has an improvised weapon against this man's knife. Okay? You're going to try and kill her. She's going to use her improvised weapon to not be killed.
So what, I just...
Yeah, you fucking up with your improvised weapon, and you're going to fuck him up with your knife. Ready? Go! Go. Stop. What's the difference between the defensive object and the improvised weapon?
She got stabbed.
It certainly made me a lot pretty.
No, just like an improvised weapon could still be deadly.
She got stabbed.
Probably use it different.
Use it different, yeah. So you go full on offence. You go full on offence. Both of you end up in the morgue of the hospital. You know, if you've got fucking tactical pen and he's got a butcher's knife, yes, you might get him in the eye. Yes, you might get him in the throat. But because you're trying to get him with his little fucking pen, you're going to get shanked up. Yeah. Oh, if someone said, Tommy, you've got to fight for your life now against a carving knife, you can have that backpack or a tactical pen. I'm fucking having a backpack. 100% of the time I'm having that backpack. Because I can't kill him with that pen. It's going to take a lot to rip out one of his arteries with that pen. If I got a 2x4 or a bit of plank, I don't know how long that's been in the rain. It might be soft as shit. You know, you can get hit by a lump of stick and be relatively all right. Yeah. Defensive objects for me stop the simultaneous killing. If you start to think too much, I've picked up this thing. Obviously, if you've got nothing, if he's got a knife and you found a pipe, you're gonna fight with the fucking pipe. Obviously, don't be stupid. But most things that we call a weapon of opportunity or an improvised weapon, they, you know, if I had a rolled up bit of newspaper, fucking rocking a sock, house brick, yeah? I'm thinking offence, you're thinking offence, I'm going to house brick you in the face, stab me. I might crack his head in, I might kill him, but it's going to be hard for me to deal with this blade. The blade is just a really good offensive weapon. That's why they've existed for pretty much as long as man's existed and can chisel them out of stone. You know, knives are amazing tools. So it's one thing, you know, normally in these seminars, people are like, right, what you could do is you could bring your umbrella, or you could find this bit of 2x4, you could do this stuff. But simultaneous death happens so many. If you ever put this under pressure, more often than not, both of you die. When you start to think defensive object, big fucking jacket, coat, bag, fucking thing in the way, small child, whatever, your survivability goes up. Because you can survive the initial onslaught, get your shit together, do what you need to do against the blade, which is wrap that fucker up, beat him to shit against a wall or a floor. You know, that's what you need to do. So I just want to land in your mind the difference between a defensive object, I can move, I can shield, I can keep my vitals safe, and I've got time to actually respond, whereas if all I've got is this sharp bit of pen, this bit of rock, whatever, yeah, I could probably fuck him up. But he'll fuck me up at the same time, or I have to be so much more skilled, you know, bam, flank him off, like I have to have so much more martiality, so much more strength, so much more skill, because I need to weapon fence you with a shit weapon. That makes sense? So that's why I always talk about improvised weapons. Now, if you've got a big blunt thing, yeah, something like that. Now, what I will say, just conceptually, we won't fuck around too much with improvised weapons. You're fighting one person with a blade, weapon forward. You fight a group of people with no blades, weapon back. Simple principle. Single person with a blade, I need that weapon forward, a bit like the defensive object, I need to be fucking smashing at that hand, smashing at his head, yeah? Not getting too bloody Filipino about it, doing all this shit. I need to make sure that your hand fucking regrets it, but your head fucking regrets it. Anything else isn't worth the drama. You know, if I go for your leg and you stab me in the throat, fuck, yeah? Hands and face, that's all I'm thinking, you know? Bang, bang. I need, the footwork's still important. But it's still a high risk scenario, having this. I would still rather fight you with a backpack than fight you with this, I'll be really honest. Yeah? Because I could probably end you with it. But for one crack, you know, you'll trade one hit with this for one stab at me. Yeah? Might take 4 of these to kill him, might only take 1 of them to kill me. It does vary, weapon on weapon. But for me, spending time with defensive objects, which let's be honest, you're more likely to have on or near you than an improvised weapon, that's time well spent. This is also time well spent, but if I had to choose, 80% of my time would be on something like that, 20% of my time would be on something like that. But if you do have a weapon, let's say you wake up in the morning, burglar's in your house, he's got a blade, have your weapon forward, because you need to be able to deal with his hands and with his face. No 2 ways about it, you need to be able to do it. If you put that knife down, and you 3 into the fight, and you don't have blades, no point me having my weapon forward, because you'll grab it. So if there's more than one person who don't have blades, you're all thinking about that. So I'm going to fuck up. You can fuck up. Yeah, it's about using this barrier, a bit like a sword and shield or a right officer. Fuck off, twat him. Fuck off, twat him. Yeah? So it's just a simple, I don't want to talk about technique too much, it's just one man with a sharp thing, which is one man in general, put the fucking weapon forward. More than one man, you need that weapon back, because some fucker's going to grab that weapon. It's just that simple difference in knowledge of one man, many men. One man, many men. The techniques are the technique, you'll do the same shit everyone else does, you'll belt him with it, no matter what you practice. You belt him to death with it. But really the most important thing is, one man with a knife, if I stand here like this, it takes too long. Whereas here, I can deal with it. Yeah, I can defend myself, I can use it to defend myself and do stuff. But against many, I need to push, shove, fight, headbutt, gouge him in the arm, fucking hit you with that bit. The threat is more omnidirectional. That makes sense? Alright, cool. Have about 5-10 minutes breather, have a bit of a drink if you've got some